Okay, let's do the intro all over again. Hello, everybody. It is Monday, November 14th, 2022. Yeah. Hi. I was saying hi to everybody. Solaire, good to see you. Hypernova, Cometite, Sharp Fox, Worldly, Corbin. What's up, early crowd? Yeah, sometimes OBS just, like, screws with your settings. And basically, I never change any of this stuff, and then I looked at it and it was just using default microphone instead of the actual microphone, this guy. So, I don't know. Rick Chicken's good to see you. Yeah, we're here to play Divinity Original Sin 2, solo honor mode, no reloads. We're working on our no invisibility Hydro Aero Lohse. Lohse is level 19. She's at the start of Act 4. Last time we finished up Act 3 and hit level 19. And so let's jump on in. We'll do an overview of where our character is and then start, playing the game. But yeah, I hope you all had a good weekend. Oh. Wow. Rick Chickens, thank you so much for using your monthly Twitch Prime on this channel. You only get one of those a month, so I'm honored. Thank you very much. Please enjoy the ad for viewing the emotes. This is the 6th month for you, so you get the True Sight badge as well. Congratulations, you can now see invisible people and detect illusions. Alrighty, so here's our character. Level 19 as stated. 73 wits. Woof. Wow, we've got a lot of wits. And then 63 intelligence. Cool. 77 initiative. Woof. It's a lot. Yeah, really good. Oh, and we're also maxed out on memory, by the way. 42 memory is... That's as much memory as I can have. Did I mean to switch scenes? Yeah, I did. But I'm not a good streamer, so... What's up? I'm here for money. Good to see you. And thanks, Emmond. 17 Aerithurge, 14 Hydrosophist. Wow, we're maxed out on a lot of these things. 8 in Polymorph. Nice. Whoa. I'm here for money. Thank you so much for a 4th month. At tier 2. Have you been tier 2 the whole time and I haven't been paying attention? I still don't have rewards for like tier 2 and 3, which is bad of me, and I'm sorry about that. But thank you for the support. That's really generous. You only needed to do tier 1 if you wanted the ad free viewing and the emotes, so I am humbled. Thank you. Hope you've been really well. Persuasion at 5, Thievery at 1. We do have equipment that's going to give us Thievery when we need it. These among them, but I think we're going to be picking up boots later that are going to give us a pretty massive amount of Thievery as well. And then for talents, we've got Lone Wolf and Elemental Affinity and 5-Star Diner and Hothead and Savage Sortilege. So our crit chance is applying to our spells, and it's getting elevated by Hothead. Currently an 86% crit chance, but when we're fully buffed, we're over 100% when you take in Apotheosis and Peace of Mind. So, just normal 100% crit chance things. Anyway, let's go and get out into the world and see what the heck we can discover and get into trouble. That's what I said. So, my objective should be to try and get inside the city as fast as I can. There's a lot of equipment in there that I definitely want to get my hands on sooner rather than later. Hey, what's up, Peoj?
You see the crash? The ship? They're doing...
So, yeah, the sooner I get inside the city, the sooner we start picking up some of that ridiculously good equipment. That is going to kind of skyrocket our power. Are we killing a few kids today? No and not possible in this game. What's up, Alaskan Badger? Hey, that's very kind. I missed being here for the last couple days. But thanks for your guys' patience. We should have a few really good sessions this week. Hopefully starting with tonight. I'm gonna go dig up a shield. I don't need this shield, but I'm just pointing out that it's here, and we can also sell it. Because I really need a lot of money. We're level 19 already, Hypernova. Level 19. Hello, young lady.
She casts her eyes over the wreck, but
After all that's happened, my void bet we'll low and it could.
Yeah, just busy, Solaire. I posted in the Discord. Not everybody's in the Discord, but I always say that if I'm gonna make announcements about that sort of thing, the sort of thing that I would announce in the Discord. So I did make an announcement about it on Friday. You're not wrong. I did do that. And then I was like, yeah, actually, I had stuff that I needed to do over the weekend. So all is well. Just busy. As many of you know, I am working on job interviews and studying quite a bit for that as well. So there's been a lot of studying that I've been doing for that, and then on top of that, I have some semblance of a social life that I need to be not neglecting. So you know, all that stuff. Jobs are terrible? Yeah, but having one is better than not. Apologies to this Magister who is worth 38,000 experience, but he had to go. You don't recommend? Yeah, well, I want one, so I'm trying to get one. Okay, so I have 5-star diner. My objective here is to interrupt this fight, but I want to do it in such a way that I don't get myself killed. This may be a really good time to bust out some of the giant potions. The large intelligence potion would add 22 to intelligence because it gets doubled. I can also drink giant physical and magic armor potions to vastly increase my armor, my ability to take punishment. And I can also drink a resist all potion to raise my resistances to a spot where I'm not going to get myself absolutely murdered. Yeah, I've been taking interviews to practice Igloo, which is part of it, but it's also, you know, there are certain things that I have to study for sure. All right, let's prep up, and I'll just prep up with these 2 potions and get in there because I need to get involved. Your job is over in 2 weeks. Good luck. All right, here comes the Blood Fury. Now, the good news is I am pretty far away from the fight, and the Voidwoken do like to focus on the Paladins, so all I need to do really is to survive for my turn here, basically. And then we can get in there and give them what for. I do like that these 3 Voidwoken are gathered up. And I do like that I drank my physical armor potion before this guy had a chance to do a corpse explosion on us for 1,364. Yeah, I definitely need my armor to maintain intact. Because, yeah, I have more hit points than that, but no, I do not want my armor to be gone. Especially not in a fight like this. Almost my turn. The Paladins have their stuff going. All right. Let's get rockin'. First things first, let's go ahead and cast Rain. Create some water surfaces to use. I'm also gonna jump to the middle of one of them, like so. I'm gonna haste myself so that next turn I get, yeah, I wanna stun this guy for sure. So let's go ahead and hit him with it. There we go, now he can't move. And I'm standing on my electricity surface that I wanted. Alright, my turn again. Ooh, I do like the superconductor will hit multiple targets. A lot of targets here. Very nice. So even stunned up the Blood Fury. That makes me very happy. Now, I know that my turn is about to get stolen. So, knowing that my turn is about to get stolen, I am going to drink that medium resist all potion that we were talking about. Well, yeah, Alaskan Badger, it's a 96% crit chance, so we're almost guaranteed to. If I turn on Apotheosis, it goes over 100% because Apotheosis raised by 5. But yeah, if I know my turn's about to get stolen, I definitely want to make sure that that it doesn't happen while I'm unprepared. And now I feel like, well, you know what? I'll drink another physical armor potion on top of that. Now we're extra prepared. Should be more than fine here. Can I make the paladins hostile? I think I can kill them, Peoj, but I don't really have a desire to, or need to. Not at this point. I can just keep hitting stuff. Again, I'm not bothering with Apotheosis yet. I'm just gonna keep hitting things. Looks like some of the Voidwoken, yeah, now they're starting to show up. There they are. Yeah, it's one of the most frustrating things. And again, it's Peoj, it's the reason why I've prepared myself so heavily with potions and stuff. Because under no circumstances am I going to allow them to get the drop on me, you know? I am standing on a water surface, right? Okay. Get frozen, son. This guy got himself stunned. I don't know what he was doing. Let's pretend like it was fine. Alright, the Blood Fury is gone. Go ahead and pop an Encourage as well. We should be able to keep at least one of these paladins alive. Perhaps the one that's standing next to me. He's getting assistance from his buddy as well. Solid. No, Rock, it's just, I'm just having fun at this point. We're no longer, so, I mean, you guys know that, I'm normally, all about gaining the XP and all that stuff. Now that we're level 19, I don't need to kill everything. So a lot of people will start like murdering all the paladins that they find. That's not really what I'm interested in at this point. That takes more time than I think it's worth, personally. And asking questions about why the AI does stuff is always a fruitless endeavor. No one ever knows. That guy wants me to watch what I'm doing. Okay, I will. Sorry about that, buddy. It's just that I'm trying to hit this guy. Okay, that seems good enough. Oh no, Gareth's dead. Gareth's dead. He perished in Act 3 because he sucks. Yeah, we got all the XP that we could out of him, Peoj, and then delivered him. A nice cursed fireball. And again, this is the reason why you 5-star diner with this. What's the goal level? We'll be level 21, Emmond. 21 is more than enough to do what we need to do. Honestly, I could march to the end of the game right now and not even bat an eyelash, but I am completionist at the very least. So we'll be doing all the quests and stuff. Looks like there's one left. He's over here. We can go join him, I guess. Is this a blood surface by chance? This looks like blood, right? So if I were to like go and stand right here, then I would be able to cast Silencing Stare at a discount. Yeah, sure enough. Ah. Yeah, you can't do anything anymore. And I'll throw a water balloon at them just to hammer home the fact that they're not going anywhere. Frozen. What's up, Aussie? Good to see you. Oops. Sorry I stunned you. But also, you know.
He gives you a grim nod of beside.
Alright. So the Voidwoken are cleared out. The gates are open. And we can now access arcs and start picking up all the equipment that we want to pick up.
You
Hi.
saved my best paladins by the skin of their teeth.
I did save your best paladins, it's true.
But then I tell of you I could not with them or take.
Nice, I get a reward for it. The rewards suck, apparently, but hey, money is money, right? As you guys know, I am desperately in need of cash. What's up, PBJ? Good to see you. Let's see. Rock asks, has anyone played any of the new Baldur's Gate? I played about a week of it when the early access first came out. And then made a decision to let them finish the game, and then I will play it when it's done. Very excited for it. but I'm not holding my breath, you know? It'll be done whenever it's done, and I don't have any real expectations about when that's going to be. You've been caught stealing these potions? Yeah, I feel like it's weird that they think that these are supposed to be things that you shouldn't pick up. I don't understand that aspect of it. The Blood Fury definitely should have some equipment. Yeah, there we go. I knew that I was forgetting somebody. And by the way, we won that fight. We won that fight without using any source. It was pretty funny. They should have named it something else. Well, yeah, it very clearly is not a Baldur's Gate game in the sense that like it's not going to be a continuation of the Baldur's Gate 1, 2, and Throne of Ball, because that story ended. So you're absolutely right about that. But you can't fault them for going for name recognition, right? They know that people view Baldur's Gates 1 and 2 very highly, so if they're gonna make a Forgotten Realms game, then, you know, then I guess it stands to reason that they would go for some sort of name recognition with their thing. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so welcome to Arcs. We have a lot of things to start collecting, and I'm very excited about all of them because our damage has been very good, and it's about to get much, much, much better.
Now, what'll it be?
Can very easily sell all this stuff. Keep the thievery switch. Alright. What is that? Poutine. Wait. How do they know about poutine? The fair served in the Hall of Echo. So basically what they're saying is that Canada is heaven. That's what Larian are saying there. Good for them.
The elf stands in front of
Alright, so here's our first big upgrade piece. Divine equipment notwithstanding, by the way, which... This is close. Which Scoundrel Hydra... Oh yeah, this is not actually an upgrade, but here's the real upgrade. Right here. So this pair of pants is absolutely absurd, especially for our build. But you won't find pants that give plus to stats like this does. So this raises our intelligence by 2. Obviously, we lose out on 2 wits, but look at what else it gives. 2 in Aerithurge, and for our purposes, 1 in memory, because we already have Superconductor on our bar. This is about to send us even further into the stratosphere as far as damage goes, which is very nice. Oftentimes I'll pick up these pants on any character that I come through arcs with, simply because of the 2 Aerithurge allowing me to begin to cast teleport without being married to any points in Aerithurge myself. But there you go. New pants. Our fit is pretty solid right now, I gotta say. Very, very happy with the witch look that we've got going.
Oh yes, the town is all at Twitter over your escapades at the gate.
The town is on Twitter.
Perfect time to replace the hunting supplies
That's a
lost,
timely
yes?
joke. And obviously, if these pants are not available, this pants would be an upgrade. 5 in wits is a lot. But again, I've hit my end game pair of pants finally.
by all means, but do not touch the merchandise.
Don't touch the merchandise.
Human skin's impure oils may taint even the least delicate of my herbs and tinctures.
Okay, herbs. Let's keep moving around. More vendors to pick things up from, obviously. Do any more runes matter? Not really. They only would Emmond if I were to get the Ring of Intelligence again. So the Ring of Intelligence, we Fletchered it and it's upgraded, so it gives +3 int. I could, in theory, slap a rune into that thing. Oh, and Vale. That's a new subscription. Thank you so much for using your monthly Twitch Prime on this channel. Welcome. Welcome to the group of people that subscribe to this channel that I don't have a name for. Please enjoy the ad reviewing, the tier 1 emotes, the magic missile icon goes next to your name. But yeah, thank you for the support. Very kind of you.
Down her nose at you.
All right, so here's our new pair of pants. Or sorry, our new shoes, rather. These shoes give finesse and wits and scoundrel. So you'll notice that now I'm starting to dip in wits a little bit. And it's fine because my initiative is already very high, and this is actually going to gain initiative for me. But because we're so high in initiative and crit chance already, I'm okay
I define great as
with dipping a little bit of this. Obviously, one thing I really want to do is, first of all, slap some nails in there to prevent myself from slipping when I'm walking around on ice surfaces. And I'm going to add an eternal artifact to it immediately. This is going to give it additional thievery. This is going to make it very easy for me to not have to worry about, like, thievery as a thing. Because now I have the ability to get to, this is 2 and 1 and 2. I already can get, I already can have at least 5 in thievery, so I can open anything that I need to at any point here. There we go. Cool boots. The other ones looked a little bit better, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, The Rock. I don't disagree with you there. I think the crafting system may have gone a little bit overboard.
Greetings,
That's
stranger.
all. That's
May the
all
dawn
I'll say
greet
about
you
that.
warmly, and the twilight guide you to peace.
So there's some interesting stuff here, and I will point out this one. +3 intelligence, +2 hydrosophist. This is an item that I'd be potentially interested in using. Because A, the damage is going to go up a little bit for our water spells. The only thing that I don't like about it is the lack of Aerithurge, right? And obviously it wasn't going to have it, but it would make it so that my water spells would be a little bit stronger. And that's I think that's worth getting, even if I don't end up actually switching to it. This is an interesting pair of gloves. It gives intelligence and memory as well. I'm not so interested in using that. We have a different pair of gloves that I am interested in using. All the rest of this stuff is for builds that are not really ours. Though I do love Three Sisters is a really cool staff if you needed a staff at this point. Really no problem for that one. The rest of this stuff is, you know, take it or leave it. So what I can do, and we can think about this, right? Is because sometimes what I do is attack ground to create an air surface for myself. It is possible that I don't want to necessarily use this because this creates an ice surface. Yeah, I'm not like 100% either way, but it is what it is. I don't have enough warfare to use challenge still, which is unfortunate because we do have a memory slot available, but you know, that's fine. No big deal. I can take living on the edge and put that on the bar. This is good if we run into anything that has retribution. Just as an option. Let's pick up the waypoints. There we go. Falone Scythe is over here. I don't even need Falone Scythe, but it's always fun to just yoink it and... keep moving. The item that we just nabbed is the best two-handed weapon in the game. This, for obvious reasons, if you can see what I'm looking at here. Falone Scythe gives an additional 20 crit chance. It gives strength, intelligence, 2 in warfare, 1 in two-handed, which increases crit multiplier. It has the rune slot in it. It's insane. It's actually really powerful for mages as well. Oftentimes you'll see mages running around with this. The additional crit chance and intelligence go very nicely with magic spells as well. So sometimes you'll see necromancers running around with this endgame. But for a two-handed warrior, better than the undead evil questline two-hander. I am not sure which one you're referring to. Oh, the Swornbreaker? Yeah, I would say this is better than a Swornbreaker in terms of what it can do. We can compare it when we pick up a Swornbreaker later. We can compare them. I've never actually considered using a Swornbreaker as a weapon, but that is an interesting thing to ask. My personal opinion is that it outclasses it by far, and if I remember correctly, it's because of the attributes. But we can take a look when we get there. I'm going to drop a green pyramid here, and we'll return to this spot a little bit later. Let's continue. Actually, I just picked up this dog's ball. I'm going to return to the boat. And I'm going to, well, first of all, I can sell stuff. But,
our arrival here was vigorous, even for my taste.
The other thing that I'm very interested in doing, oh, and by the way, the dagger that we just picked up is a hidden dagger that is, it's basically to dagger users what Falone Scythe is to two-handed users. This dagger is insane. 3 finesse, 2 wits, 2 scoundrel, 1 dual wielding. Literally, the stats go off the page. Like, it has a rune slot in it, 10% extra critical chance. It's nuts. It's absolutely berserk. A great item to have.
I'm still eternally grateful for all you've done.
But anyway, moving along. She did give me a silencing starbuck. Okay, so like I was saying, we just found this dog's ball. There is one thing we can do with Pet Pal to get a lot of experience, so I'm gonna just go equip Pet Pal very briefly, go and finish that thing up. It'll give us about 100,000 experience, and then I will return and unequip Pet Pal. So it does not matter what I choose to swap out, because I'm coming right back here after. So go back to Ark's Cathedral, and I'm going to hand this ball off to the dog that's over here on the left-hand side. So with Pet Pal, well, the interesting thing about it, Iraq Lobster, is oftentimes when you're playing a dagger wielder, you are so invested in getting yourself into a backstab cone that sometimes you can sacrifice your positioning or even AP in order to do it. When you're late game and you have 100% crit chance, then you don't even worry about getting into the backstab cones anymore. It's just get everybody into position, don't move at all, and just start whirlwinding or whatever, you don't have to worry about it so much, which is pretty nice. So I'm not even gonna knock the crit chance. It's very good. It's still very good.
Hello? Hey, have you got my ball?
I do have the ball.
My ball away and I couldn't go fetch. Threw it friend of masters. Smelly man threw my ball away and now I'm sad. It's my ball and I love my ball. Oh, fantastic.
Literally 96,000 experience for finding a ball and having Pet Pal. So there you go.
Yep. He smelled like...
Alright. Let's go back to the Lady Vengeance and swap Pet Pal out. Oh, sorry, the Hall of Echoes. So, thank you for your service, Pet Pal, but I'd like for my spells to crit again. And we can return to Arcs. I don't need to be in the cathedral area anymore, actually. We can go to the city square. Well, yeah, because you've been returning to the Lady Vengeance in Act 2 and Act 3. That now you end up having to
I'm just the one
go somewhere else.
You.
Hello.
I was over here, yeah?
Yeah.
I know she's pretty,
Uh-huh.
but my wife's here to work. Not
Okay.
to gawk at.
Yep.
Now,
I've been
what a little
gawking for sure. This lady sells a very good two-handed weapon, but again, it gets outclassed by Falone Scythe very easily. And this is not Elden Ring. You cannot dual wield two-handed weapons, unfortunately. If you could, we'd be all about that. I do have a lot of persuasion, so let me go ahead and rock over to here. And get Lord Kem moving along.
Please, she didn't do anything. Oh, please.
Hello.
You are in.
You can...
The prisoner will be. We are be.
They were a couple of...
At best, you.
His eyes.
Step aside. I see. Now, if you would do me.
It's
one
fine, I have
service,
persuasion.
Stand aside. A seeker. Very well.
The paladin.
Okay, we saved her.
Oh,
Give me a reward. Actually, the reward's not bad. A large wits potion. Again, not strictly necessary for me. We'll still take it. All right, let's head toward the Chem Estate. The Chem Estate has a bunch of things that I want, so let's go in that direction. Experience to be gained. Yeah, and items to be collected, yes. Tea time indeed.
If you're looking for Kat, she's evaluating all of Kem's and well, she's in a
He looks around.
could be good stuff, yeah.
These merchants never seem to have anything that I'm interested in.
The mansion behind her.
I always check them anyway,
Back
but
to you.
it's really... It's never great.
Looking for all done then?
She responds.
Alright, in we go. I can get experience from talking to Kat the Appraiser as well. Hello.
For heaven's sake, would you please... Oh, I swear I've a mind to beat him to... Because that as you tried judging, I'm mere...
A rogue.
What else would I... Now listen, I've had... All I want in return for this
There we
information
go.
is a most satisfactory arrangement. Highly interesting. Anything else?
So she sells a... Oh, this is 5 strength. So I'm not super interested in that.
She shakes her.
There are only probably.
Okay. Let's keep on moving. The butler, I'll just mash 1 in conversation with him.
My, Oh, it has yet.
All right, and let's go meet my favorite person in Arcs, Lady Chem, who sells some of the most incredible equipment in the game.
I don't believe you're here at my behest.
So green tea leaves are what I'm after. So this is a consumable that costs no AP, but reduces the AP of your spells and attacks by 1, to a minimum of 1. And this stacks with elemental affinity. That's really strong. I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. The other stuff that, the white tea leaves are also really good, and the black tea leaves give fire resistance, which is cool, for sure. But the green tea are the only ones that I'm really concerning myself with. But here's the other thing. There's a teapot on her desk here, on her coffee table, I guess. And if you brew the tea leaves, you get the green tea, which instead of the leaves, reduces the AP cost of spells and attacks by 2. Again, to a minimum of 1. It doesn't make things free, but it makes... Take Thunderstorm, for example. Thunderstorm costs 4 AP if you cast it normally, right? If you have Elemental Affinity, so if you're standing on an electrified surface, Thunderstorm costs 3 AP. But then if you use green tea, if you drink green tea, Thunderstorm literally costs 1 action point to cast. One action point for Thunderstorm. 1 action point for Closer. It's literally like 1 action point for everything that we have available as long as we're standing on the surface for it. I don't have any abilities that cost 5 AP. So if I'm standing on an electrified water surface, literally every spell will cost 1 AP. So, you know, that's balanced and fair. I don't need to go in here yet. I can go inside if I want, but I don't need to go in there yet. Has antioxidants? Yep. That's the reason why it's so good, for sure. So here's something you guys are gonna hate me for. Beryl asks, what are the triggers for getting stunned? Is it easy avoid with standing in water? Yes, if you have magic armor, then you're gonna be fine. If you're not glass cannon, because remember, glass cannon, you can get shocked and stunned through armor. But since I don't have glass cannon, you can just have a lot of magic armor. You can raise your electricity resistance by wearing gear that does it, or drinking potions that will help with that. And then you can also use stuff like Armor of Frost, which prevents being stunned. So you have a lot of ways to avoid it if you need to. Which is very good. Am I gonna kill the hawks? Yes, absolutely.
One of its spines, a few sharp tongues, and you've pulled a set.
Absolutely, because they are worth almost 40,000 experience each. So yes, I am killing the hawks. Or owls, rather. Sorry. So yeah, I just gained almost 120,000 experience. And we move on. Hi, Bruce. How we doing? Good to see you. Alrighty. Moving along.
The elegant owl mistress.
Hello.
Yes? Can't use right now, but Rivalon, we have an I'm right there and same old good luck out.
Hi. I believe you have something that I'm interested in. And it's not just the XP. I am interested in the XP, of course, but... Hey, cut it out. No. Am I looking for a fight? Yeah, was that not clear? She's really, she really didn't get it. Alright, goodbye, Owl Mistress. It's been good knowing you. But I have stuff to get. And she is more... Yeah, she had a lot of armor, didn't she? But not high enough, but it was something. Now, I'm being silly, but the thing that I actually want is in this chest. So here it is. There it is. Ave Leal. Again, we're dropping a little bit of wits, but we are maintaining our initiative, and that's fine. But look what it gives. +5 intelligence. Again, our intelligence has been lower than our wits for a very long time. I'm finally getting enough equipment here in this act that is giving me intelligence in slots that it normally would not be available in. So, 5 intelligence still gives 2 wits. And of course it gives silencing stare as well, so that saves us another memory point that, again, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but... So my wits is now 67. So it's going down a little bit. Our crit chance is suffering a little bit as a result, but again, with our buffs all the way up, and don't forget that I can always drink a large wits potion to immediately put ourselves at 100% crit chance without even without even buffing any other things. So now my intelligence is 70, and that's just with stats allocated in gear. So we're moving absolutely in the right direction. Very happy about this so far. Or we can fight against some evil trees. Everyone, all my homies hate evil trees. Okay, so here we go. So I wanna showcase what green tea is capable of. So let's go ahead and do it. So consuming the green tea, again, AP costs are now reduced by 2 to a minimum of 1. So let's go ahead and make it rain. What is overgrown? Damage plus 200%. Oh, wow. They really like when it's watered. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna just attack the ground here. So now Elemental Affinity is active. And look at how much AP Thunderstorm costs. Pay no attention to what it says over here. Up here. Pay attention to what it says down here, this green bar. 1 AP for Thunderstorm. So we'll go ahead and dump that. Obviously, I have so much AP left over that I can happily spend it with, like, I can just expend all of my source, basically. Vacuum Aura, always fun to cast. Closed Circuit's not gonna do anything, so I should jump over here, right? My hope is that the water surface will follow. It didn't. It's a shame. Could drop a hailstorm here, but doesn't seem necessary. I'll vacuum aura again for fun. Neat. Superconductor, I guess, is an option, though I'm not standing in the right spot for it. Now I'm standing in the right spot for it. Wait, am I? It doesn't say that it's hitting, but I think it is. It didn't actually. Okay, well that's mildly alarming. Please, no kill. Okay, thanks. So anyway, so that's a brief showcase of what this is capable of. And again, I need to remember, or to remind you guys, that I didn't use Summon Inner Demon to raise my intelligence. I didn't use a large intelligence potion to raise my intelligence either. And so, while that was already very strong, it is not the full extent of what this is now capable of. Now that we're here in Act 4 and have access to all this stuff. Yeah, I basically did the like Dragon Ball Z thing of being like, no, I was only using 10% of my power. I believe I have a way, another spell that does pure magic damage coming up over here. So I'll go ahead and leave this memory slot open and go ahead and equip that. Should be funny. The Castlevania quote? Oh. Haven't played it. Sorry. Did not get the reference. Now, I am going to get interrupted by some a-holes over here, and that's fine.
Several bystanders begin to chuck.
Okay. Fine. Well, great news. I am completely out of position. But the other really good news is that I have green tea and can do whatever the fuck I want. Right? Whee. This guy's got a lot of armor, huh? Wow. Impressive. I mean, I'll just do it again. I don't care. Although I should have cast Rain first. That's on me. That's on me for not casting Rain first. That's an error, I think. Alright, so this guy's stunned. These two guys need to get controlled. And I am not exactly in a position for this, so we're gonna skin graft here. I have scrolls of skin graft, let's go ahead and use them. Love to extend the rain a little bit further up, but could do it like this. There we go. Okay, so we've got them both stunned up, and then be a little bit careful here. I'll only have 1 AP left at the start of next turn if I haste myself right here. But that's fine. 1 AP is more than enough. Yeah, right. I'm gonna go ahead and let this guy retreat because I will get more experience if I allow them to retreat. All right, bye. They'll try and ambush me again a little bit later. All right, so here's the spell that will complement my magic armor removal abilities.
An inscription. Not every.
So all I have to do here is consume this thing. There we go. Now I have an ability called Deafening Shriek, which does magic armor. Can crit. I think this only scales with your level, though. So you can see, compared to something like Silencing Stare, which does, you know, about 3 times the amount of damage that this does. Because Silencing Stare receives a bonus from intelligence. Deafening Shriek does not. But it's still pretty solid if I have a need to remove magic armor. I'm certainly not going to complain about it. I think in a party playthrough, you might find a lot of use for that. Especially as it's an AoE ability. Let's see the range on it. Yeah, look at that. Not too bad, huh? And by the way, we're already almost halfway to level 20, and we haven't really done a tremendous amount, but we're moving pretty quickly.
What'll it be?
It'll be me selling you a bunch of stuff. What Gary do I not have best in slot for yet? My armor, first of all, definitely is not best in slot. My helmet, I think, can definitely be dramatically improved. Let's see. So I've got best in slot for the gloves, belt, boots, and pants, and I think for the weapons, considering these give Aerithurge. And obviously I have my Hydrosophist one if I need it. The rest of them, I think, could all be replaced if I find stuff that's better. Especially this ring, this amulet, this armor can absolutely get booted, and this helmet. They all are okay, but but they're not the best they could be. Good question. On that note, I can go and try to find a piece of armor that could be an improvement, though maybe it isn't. Or I can get into Chem's vault. Interesting thoughts. If I get into Chem's vault, then I'll be able to get the intelligence armor, which I think would be probably the best thing that I could pick up. Considering I have those two as options, let's start working toward that.
She looks you up.
What's on my... Am I right?
Hello.
So I have not missed...
A glint appears.
Perhaps this is the power you seek.
I have my little help. Very well.
Okay.
You cannot.
Okay, hello again. Good to see you guys. What does their armor look like? 1,600 each. That didn't do as much as I was sort of hoping it was going to. It did freeze this one. This one has apparently more resistance. Or it didn't crit. I'm not sure. I guess the spell just didn't crit. That's okay. There. Problem solved. Alright, well, there used to be some alive demons, and now there are slightly less alive ones. And we move on.
This place is already overrun.
The woman.
I should stop. What is used to be then the now it's. I've tried. If the squatters were gone, I could. Well,
Beryl hum.
Okay. This is a simple persuasion quest, so let's just do it really fast. But Harold, the only reason that I did that, well, I didn't know what their resistances are, and it's probably a good idea for me to take a point in Lore Master at this point. Like, it would probably be very wise for me to go and do that. The main reason that I did it is, A, I didn't really feel like using Apotheosis or Green Tea for 2 demons. And I figured that Elemental Affinity would trigger a little bit easier if I was just... Because I had already created a water surface, so Elemental Affinity was triggering for our water spells, not our air spells yet. So I just went with it that way. It turned out okay. If they had shown a lot more resistance to water, I would have obviously changed the spells that I was casting, but
Look. She bows towards nothing in particular. She traces a circle on the floor with her left foot.
okay, easy persuasion check. Thievery level too low. Boy, well, it would be a shame if... There we go.
has the... Is that... Wait, really? That's good
Lots
news.
of XP.
Maybe our hard work wasn't all for nothing.
She paused.
Well, he has his... Anyway.
Cool. Let's keep moving. This house, I think, would give me an interesting set of armor. Or a helmet, I can't remember. Emmond, no, we weren't able to do the Demon Girl quest because Lohse doesn't have the Scholar tag. No Scholar tag means you don't get to move that along. So when we get over there to where she would be, it's going to be Magisters that we fight against instead. Which is fine. Yeah, it is a shame, but, you know, it is what it is. Not so big a deal. This lady will have, like, rings and amulets for sale, but...
Sweet smile.
Yeah, as expected, none of it's any good.
You look like some... I bid you.
She smiled.
Yeah. If you wanted to do that, Berhelt, then you would pick somebody with the Scholar tag every time, because that's the only one that gives you more experience. Hey, what's up, Math Pink? Good to see you. All right, so we're gonna jump on in here and start a fight with a bunch of asshole demons. Wee. Sure would be a shame if there were to somehow be a thunderstorm indoors, right? Wouldn't that suck? If it just started thunderstorming indoors. Just terrible, right?
She gives you a smile of the purest hate. She tries.
Yeah, the debt collectors are demons, and obviously this basement is evidence enough of that. But you can also see some of the blood vials that they've got floating around on one of these shelves. I can't remember which one. It might be in this cabinet or something. There is a place down here where you can see some of the damage that they've done to those who have owed the money. Ah, here it is. It's this one right here. So if you check this out, you can see blood vial labeled Loverick. So that's the guy in Act 2 who does the Love Has a Price quest. Here's one that says Garvin, That's the guy who killed his mentor in Act 2. This says Dorothea. That's the spider lady who gives us the kiss. And here, Beryl Griff. Even Griff's wife has some debt issues. So there are hints that there are some reasons why the characters act the way that they do. But anyway, here's the reason why I came down here. I thought that this may be potentially an upgrade for us. 5 finesse, whatever, but 3 intelligence, sure. 1 huntsman, nice if we're on high ground spots, but 2 scoundrel is good. Since we're critting so heavily, it's nice to start increasing my scoundrel. Though what this does come at the cost of is a point in hydro and a point in aero both. So I'm torn on it. I think I'm good actually using it. Again, since we're critting, raising my scoundrel levels is going to be pretty helpful. At some point, I can probably start ditching some of these spells that I'm not using any of. Like, I don't know if Spread Your Wings is something that I'm ever going to cast again, as an example. Chloroform has been very intermittently helpful, but then you take something like Blinding Radiance, which Blinding Radiance isn't even on my bar right now. Like, that's how much I forgot about Blinding Radiance, is that I have all of my air spells listed right here, and I didn't even remember that Blinding Radiance is there. And this does a lot of damage. Like, this is a high damage spell, and yet we're dishing out so much damage from our other sources that, like, you know, some of these spells do fall by the wayside. And it's you know, it's sad, but that's kind of the way it is. So as we start getting toward the end game, I may start lowering our polymorph. So I'll like decrease my memory a little bit, lower the points in polymorph that I had to use to allocate to that, and then instead slam more points into scoundrel so that we crit a little bit harder. I'm gonna go ahead and equip this this set of armor right now. This is temporary. My intent is to get the other armor, the one that gives more intelligence and wits. But until then, we'll go ahead and do this. What's my favorite quest in the game? Oh, that's an interesting question, Rolo. I'm not entirely sure. It's got to be something in Act 2, but I don't actually know. My favorite quest in the game. I'm trying to think if there's something like that I particularly enjoyed. I mean, aside from the personal quests, which I am a big fan of Lohse and Sabile's personal quests. Alright, we keep moving. I'm still thinking about it. If I do come up with something, I'll let you know, but I don't know. What do you think you have an answer to that, Rolo? Or are you just asking me? 'Cause I'm curious what people think about that. That's a good question. You know a lot about the quest lore. Yeah, see, that's the funny thing. The funny thing that you say that, but I feel like I don't spend any time talking about the quests when I'm playing. But I guess you're just learning anyway, which is great. That's good. Oops. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and stand over here and let the thing explode.
3.
Oh, wait, I can't do that because now these guys are in the mix. Hello, Thulp. Wait, can they not attack me because of the door? I mean, I probably should work on them. Yeah, okay. This is going fine.
2.
I like that the traps are part of it, by the way. Can I open this door? Oh, I can open this door. What, now should I have opened this door? Here's the real question.
One.
Oh, look, it's a Divinity game. Cool. A lot of like acid and traps and stuff on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and equip my thievery stuff and try and get rid of these traps. Wherever the heck they are. I must have a bunch of disarming kits, right? Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Right, so the reason I'm down here, by the way, is for the thing that's in this inside this corroded chest. And this is what I was curious about. So this is another one of those really incredible, unique items that you can find in this act. Obviously, it's much better if you're a finesse build. +5 finesse, 3 wits, 1 huntsman even on top of all that. This is a truly incredible helmet for a character that is not me. I think I will take any hat that gives direct damage as opposed to this. If it gave intelligence, I'd be a lot more invested in it. But the charm and terrified immunity are also fantastic, and the resistances are great as well. So good item, not quite for us, I guess, is the verdict on that guy. Anyway, we'll come back down here a little bit later when the potion guy comes down here. And we'll deal with him at that point. Meantime, we're more than satisfied to get rid of all these traps so that they don't inadvertently explode on us and... raid there. All right. I mean, not great. Yeah, me too, Amond. Here's what I'm thinking. I think that if you've got... You need to have the characters involved for it. But, like, I think Sabile's quest with the sawmill and Ifen's quest with the sawmill are really cool. I think that, because I think the ways that you can sort those out, you know, both by talking to people and doing spirit vision, I think those are very, really cool. What else? The thing in Paradise Downs is also very interesting. It's a very unique thing that you encounter in Act 2, where you're just like, all of a sudden you're in, you know, Decay Land, and it's just like, what the heck is happening here? And if you have Pet Pal, you can talk to the animals, and they're telling you what the heck is going on, and sassing you like crazy. And then and then you meet Almira, and the Harbinger is just chilling down there, and he just looks insane the first time you see him. That's a really cool area and short quest, I guess, that I found pretty captivating. As funny as it is to say, Act 2 also has the oil rig fight, right? Which everyone like clowns on the oil blob fight, but I think it's one of the most memorable ones in the game. You know, like no one forgets the oil blob fight after they do it the first time. So that's another potential answer there. I don't know why I'm bothering trying to raid these failed experiments. Obviously they weren't going to have anything good on them. Okay, let's go do some more talking to people, I guess. Yeah, I can head into the sewers. And get the painting from the thieves. That'd be fun. Let's do that. In order to get to the sewers, I think the easiest way to do it would be to go this way and then jump across. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum. Do I have breathing bubbles? I don't. Add that. Hello, Rin. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hi, Azulin. Good to see you guys. So I'm curious about this report on the toy seller, by the way. I wonder if oh, that's really nice. Thank you. Well, it's good to have you here. I love hanging out with you guys. You guys are great. Oh. Very kind words. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to poke my head in here really quickly. And then I'm going to leave. I do not want to deal with Charon in this spot because Charon gets he's an initiative cheater. He gets to go first on his turn and he will blow me up. And also this is not the ideal place to fight him. The ideal place to fight him is later on in Lucian's tomb. because in Lucian's Tomb, you have the opportunity to pick up an additional talent. So, you thought we were maxed out on talents. Well, there's still one more to be gained. All right. So I can, in theory, do this fight right now. This fight. But I'm not entirely sure I'm all that interested in doing it. Not at this point yet. I will, however, leave it. I don't even need to leave a teleport pyramid. I can walk here pretty quickly from the. So this fight is another one of those notorious ones. If you make your way over towards this axe, a bunch of void swollen spiders will drop in on you, and every time you kill one of them, they explode into death fog. So your non-undead characters are always in danger when they're doing that one. Very frustrating fight for the living, but fortunately, I don't have to do it yet. I will likely come back and do it. If I don't forget, anyway. Hello.
A little girl looks you square in the face.
Did she now?
She thinks...
Yeah, that's what we'll do. The troll will fix it. That's silly. Because if you chop it up and roll it in salt, it'll last for ages. Hey, got any money?
Yeah.
Stuff?
Stuff.
You know. Cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
Mostly.
Mostly, it's one of my favorite lines in this game is how this young lady. I ask her what she's selling, and she's like, stuff, you know, cool stuff, mostly. Also, this place has the joy of a troll trying to play the piano, which is another one of those just super charming things that this game does for no reason. Anyway, she also I can also ask her to buy this painting, so I'm going to.
Hello?
Hello.
Got any more money? Yeah, it's alright. That's for me to know, and you to never find out. I stole it from Lord Kem's house, didn't I? And so what? I only took one of them. The other two were too heavy. Got a map. There's a pulley thing here. And then a pool with no water and a hatch in it. Easy.
Easy.
Yeah. No.
Alright. I like the intelligence persuasion. It's pretty funny.
Okay. You can have it for this much.
Good news, I have that much money.
Take a stupid painting then.
And there we go. Alright. Very nice. I will go ahead and come back a little bit later for these trolls. I think it'll be easier to do when I'm like level 20 or 21 and my spell damage is... Granted, my spell damage is good now, but it can be better. So, and these guys will be here, so no problem. Anyway, how are we doing on XP? 74%. Okay. There's still plenty of other stuff that we can do that requires no additional effort, and I can just get a bunch of XP for it. So let's go ahead and go to the Arc City Square waypoint again. It may even have been an hour since we went vendor hopping. So let's see if that is true. It is actually true, yeah. So at this point, again, we're still looking for divine, like, rings and such. That's mostly what I'm looking for, is divine rings, divine amulet, maybe. But obviously, I'm not gonna say no to any puppet beads that we come across while we're looking. Apotheosis scrolls are fun. I like them. This is a divine ring that gives Scoundrel, Hydro, and Aero. It's a shame it doesn't have any wits on it. If it had wits, I think I'd be very interested. Or if it had like 2 in Aerothurge.
As you must, but do respect my wares.
Oh no, this is interesting. This is an amulet that gives 2 in Aerothurge and 1 in Scoundrel. I gotta say I'm kind of interested. Kind of interested. There's also an amulet that is over by the harbor. Here's the thing, though. I'm not really interested in going over to the harbor right now. Fighting my way past the Kraken is not, like... is not high on my list of things to do, because there's... without invisibility, I'd have to use a lot of scrolls for that. I mean, I can do it. Anyway, that amulet has +5 intelligence and a rune slot, so I may go for that instead, even though that ditches... Yeah, I like this amulet, but I think I'd like it more if it had intelligence on it, and it doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it for the moment. On the other hand, I can go back to the Hall of Echoes and shop with the vendors that we have here.
Quite a landing.
Hi.
I should know better by now than to think we're safe.
Yeah, more resistance potions will be great, so let's go ahead and just keep doing that.
You always bring me to such wonderfully destructive places.
Yeah, that's
I'll
me.
never find somewhere quiet to settle down.
Yet another pair of boots with 5 wits on it. Amazing. Just a little bit too late. Oh, Mara. Just a little bit too late. I like that the Pocket Realm is still trying to get my attention for no reason. Yeah. I know, my hours aren't great.
Go on.
I'm glad to have you here, though, Hypernova. But again, don't feel obligated to stay if you have to go sleep or anything. You know that I highly encourage people to live their lives. Okay, back to City Square, I guess. Would a spear-only run be interesting? Raim, I feel like... What do you mean spear only? You mean just having spears equipped? It would be a two-handed warfare build, but with finesse scaling instead of strength. And we have, I think, started one, but then I think we've not managed to finish one just because the game was being a butt. I think we lost a save file at some point. Anyway, hi. Let me in.
Wedding? The dwarf. I'm a member. I'm not through his visor. You can. The guards.
This is.
He winces.
We failed. I'm told you.
The whole kingdom.
Okay, let me in.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry, it's been quite a day.
He rubs his.
Lower. He's not. But talk to the guard at the door. The wedding. Not sure how much longer I'll be here, but if you've a need of supplies, let me know. You and me both. And again, that said, oh, of course, not bad, eh? Oh. The boss said to take care of yourself.
Wait a minute.
Hmm? Oh,
Sir?
Yes, welcome back. You need a hand with anything? Let me know.
Aren't I supposed to be able to persuade this guy to, like, give me
You and me, and again,
the
that
better
said-
stuff?
Oh, of course, not bad, eh? Oh. The boss said to keep the doors open. Where? Not sure.
He rubs it.
Lower. He's not. But take care of you.
Huh. Not entirely sure. I thought there was a dialogue.
Right there.
Well, so Emmond, he's actually selling, like, better stuff, and you're supposed to have a dialogue with him to persuade him to sell you the better stuff, but I didn't see it. It's okay. Not a big deal.
At the mention of, and then
Oh, yes. Welcome back. Take care of you.
Wonder if I turn myself into a dwarf, whether or not that would fix things. Let's find out.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh, of course. Not bad, eh? Oh. Don't know. Boss said to keep the doors open, but
he rubs his.
Lower. He's not you and me. And again, that said, take care of you.
Okay, well, whatever. Not my problem. Alright, so I have the villain tag and persuasion, which means I can get extra experience from this guy. Who's also a potion vendor, by the way, but my interest is in the XP, not the potions.
Rings adorn his fingers, some of which glitter with ornate rose-tinted jewels. You notice one has a gem missing.
If you'll excuse me, I'd just as soon be left with my thoughts. Yes,
he glances.
Events like there's much yet.
So here we go. I have the villain tag.
Old Man Ross left the incident quite.
The dwarf turned.
And what might you mean by that?
The dwarf is silent.
I see.
So there you go. 20,000 XP for a villain tag and persuasion. So there you go.
Could indeed be just the ticket.
And I have a set. Of course, if you don't have the wit for that, the shame.
Okay. Go upstairs, talk to the dwarf guy, who is always running around here, and I can never find him because he's blends in with the surroundings quite nicely. There you are. Hello, sir.
A well-dressed dwarf paces swiftly around.
Yes, safe house.
He quickly turns away and casts a worried gaze around the room, counting something on his fingers.
He peers when the crack. She's tuned me out. Well, she's hell if I, but never heart. Did you? I'd sooner take my business to Black Peak Isle than she's holding. And is there more you need from me? Yes. And you know, is there more you need from me? You already know how.
What? Yes, I tell you what. You seem an honourable sort. See Dorian dead and I will meet his offer.
Or kill the rat.
Okay. Easy enough. Ha! Dorian's already run off. I can go chase him down and end that quest line pretty easily. And maybe I should go and do that. Could also make my way in towards these sewers and deal with Isbil and company. Wouldn't be a big deal with 79 initiative. I have a lot of decent options for sure. A lot of decent options for what to do. But let's go and deal with Dorian before I forget. So we've already been in this room, obviously, but he's gonna be surprised to find that his traps have already been triggered and somebody has killed his experiments. So, you know, shouts to Dorian, but this isn't gonna go so well for him, I'm sure.
I should hate
the dwarf.
Hi, buddy. Earth immunity, huh? Wow. Earth immunity. Excellent. Oh. Oh, very interesting. Okay. That did its full damage. But A, it didn't crit. So let's see if, let's see what his water immunity looks like. Wow, this dude's amazing. What a baller. Alright, but he's frozen regardless. What are you gonna do? And stunned. No, he's not dead. Okay, Icebreaker got us, wow, 77,000 XP. That's a lot. Jesus. Frozen poison as a surface? Wow, yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Maybe poison just has way too high of a freezing point and it won't happen. So, good to see you, by the way. Hi. I can't sell this thing, so just leave it alone. I can't. Can I? Let's find out. I thought that I couldn't sell it.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, no, I thought correctly. All right, let's go deal with Isbiel. I think if we do that, that'll get us leveled up. Yes. Nope, you're absolutely right. This is now a science stream. All right, so we already have the way in, and I know about Lulabelle's honey wine. There we go. Let me in. All right. Do. Go ahead and make my way over off to the right, avoiding all these traps that, you know, again, I don't need to walk through this trapped corridor. That's just asking for trouble. Instead, I will just make my way over here. Toss the brick in here. And get inside. Alrighty.
A guard rushes in.
Go for good. Isbiel. Have I yet, Your Majesty? Do as she's.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's get in there. Hello, Lockstop. Alright, so I'm about to go and instigate this fight. This should be pretty straightforward. I just need to get through all the dialogue and stuff. I don't really foresee any problems. My initiative is high enough that I'm gonna go first. And then we can do our crit chance and stuff when we get inside. No big deal. There's no buffs that I need to do now.
An audience.
The Queen.
Many have laid
Hello.
claim to Lucian's legacy.
The Queen?
Whatever Lohse might have told you is neither
Goodness. Well, Isbiel.
Your Majesty.
Justinian.
Isbiel, shut your royal mouth.
For a moment.
Isbiel.
My queen.
Isbale's.
Okay. No, Sentinel, they don't, which is why I tend not to bother with it.
You blink yourself awake to the cold gaze of 1,000 stars.
I mean, you might be able to get like one or two of them to stick,
Right hand
but
of the Queen.
you tend to lose a lot of
Your lips.
I'll show you where you lose them. Like right here, I think you start losing some of the buffs, but
myself a rest.
it's fine.
Do try to.
Yes, right here. While this stuff is happening, your character is paralyzed and you're not in dialogue, so your buffs start to cool down.
Wiggle, and your fingers twitch. The paralysis is waning.
Flick, yeah, this fight is very annoying. You start at a very disadvantageous position. So I totally agree. As a result, it is time to green tea, so let us begin the absolute evisceration of this entire group. Alright, let's go ahead and create an electricity surface for ourselves. I could even use superconductor to do it, which, I mean, that's fine. Let's do that. Alright, it's thunderstorming time. Oh, this guy managed to keep his armor on. Really good for him. Could just do this and beat up the rest of the friends. Or I could cast a chain lightning on him just for funsies. It's not looking great for this group of folks, is it? Yeah, I haven't cast Closed Circuit in a while, and I sort of want to. But I could also just, like... I could also dump a hailstorm for fun. I don't know. Alright, who's left? You? Okay, Closed Circuit for you. Goodbye, Isbil. Yeah, 1 AP Hailstorm and 1 AP Thunderstorm, by the way. So, you know, that's cool. Anyway, we won and Isbil died, so go us. Good job, team. Well, and the interesting thing about that even is that like that was like a pretty tame usage. You know, that was starting a fight where I had literally no ability to prepare surfaces or anything. Death Fog looks so cool. Everyone keep an eye on Hypernova. I don't disagree with you. They did make it look very cool. Anyway, we're gonna destroy this machine and get out of here in a little bit, but first, obviously, we have to deal with the queen. Mox, green tea is sold every hour after the first time you talk to Lady Chem, or when you level up. So it is. It's not super limited, I guess, is the way that I can put it.
Justinian is dead, and that is that. She was a scientist of sorts. She healed the sick, and it was after when we came to Arx to prepare. She rarely left my side except to tend to her laboratory. I'd no idea what
do I get more XP if I let her live, or should I just kill her at this point? I can't remember.
Justinian, you made power. It was only they had my ear all the while.
If I kill her later, then I definitely get whatever XP.
So unless you've no more grievances to air.
Let's see here.
The Queen. Until I can return.
Oh, I get items as a reward. Okay, so items as a reward is fine, but again, these aren't things that I care about. I'll just take the most expensive one and sell it, and then I'll go and kill the queen at Lady Chem's house after. No big deal. And there's one other thing that I need to do in here before I leave. And that is to read Isbil's notes here. This is going to give about 100,000 experience as well, I think. Yeah, there we go. 96,000. Because this solves a different quest. There's the Magister prison. The warden is trying to figure out where all the prisoners have gone. This is the answer to that quest. And so I've found this place first. Anyway, I'm gonna prepare my escape route first before I destroy the death fog machine. I am not undead, therefore I do not want to get caught off guard. Locked, huh? Lockpicking 100, by the way. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and dump one of these pyramids down here. There is an item that I want to pick up just to see if it's an upgrade, because it might be. It might be. Again, I really like my wands that give Aerithurge, but we'll have to take a look at it. But here I'm gonna go ahead and destroy the death fog machine and then just immediately teleport out.
Even through
Okie
the
dokie.
seals of a faint gossamer of death fog rises from a junction where the release valve meets a pipe. A switch allows redirect sparks fly, and
there we go. 161,700. Wow. Literally anywhere is fine. And then Arc City Square. We'll go talk to Michael Ross.
The elf gives you
Actually,
Evil Isabel is dead.
The
doctor will see you now. Permit me to mark it on your map. Do not tarry. He urgently desires to speak with the magnificence that is you, Lohse.
Wow, this guy is the worst.
The elf.
Anyway, let's go to Kem's house. I can pick up some more tea while I'm there and kill Isbil. Sorry, did I say that out loud? We need 40,525 XP. So we're gonna get the level up by killing Justinia, which is pretty funny. Because I think she's worth more XP than that.
Do you mind?
Hi.
I have guests at present. This is not the time or the place.
Yeah, here, have some,
And you are evidently not the sort I should be consorting with, judging by your manners.
Alright, whatever. Got more tea. Oh, wait, I was supposed to brew that. Whoops. Good thing no one noticed. She deserves a punch to the face? How dare you talk about my wife that way, Sentinel? Oh, I did not know that, Hypernova. Where did you hear it? That's weird. Not yet my wife? She's always been my wife. How dare you? Alright, bye Justinia. It's been good knowing you, but not that great, honestly. We're level 20. Which, by the way, means that Lady Chem just restocked her tea, so I can get more tea. I'm gonna put points into Scoundrel here. As we've discussed, since I'm critting so heavily, so often, I want my crit damage to continue to rise. I don't know what to do here. I can start putting points into Constitution for fun. Literally, I'm maxed out on memory and intelligence and wits, all three.
What'll it be?
Here, tell me about some of the random crap that I picked up. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. By the way, note the homemade explosive, even with no extra points in pyrokinetic, just based off my level and intelligence, is now doing almost 20,000 damage.
Giant Slayer. Back to refill your quiver, are you?
5 wits, 1 huntsman, 1 scoundrel, 1 Aerithurge. This is basically a straight upgrade over the 4 wits one. That's kind of hilarious. Constitution, Hydrosophist, Aerithurge, Necromancer. I think I like this. I think I like this ring, so I'm gonna pick it up. I don't know what it's going to replace, but the 5 wits is pretty nice.
Browse as you must.
Make an Ethereal Storm scroll? What is the recipe for that, Hypernova?
Coarse fingers.
Get more tea. Honestly, what is this gonna be, like 15 teas? I think we're gonna have more than enough. Carrot and Source Orb and paper. You want me to waste carrots? Oh, that's terrible.
Do you mind? I have guests at present. This is not the time or the place.
That's ridiculous.
And you are evidently not the sort I should be consorting with.
Asking me
judging
to
by
expend
your
carrots. Ridiculous. What was I selling? Oh yeah. Don't need medium potions. Carrot makes the best spell in the game? Yeah, okay. Oh wait, no. Damn it. Keep forgetting to brew the tea. I wonder in the recipes what it counts as. Is that an object? Or is it a potion, really? It is considered a potion. Interesting. Oh, go figure. Bum 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 bum. Why are carrots so valuable? They're not actually that valuable to me anymore. But they give wits, which is kind of a big deal. It used to be a lot bigger of a deal, or in different areas it would be with different builds it would be a much bigger deal. But with 5-star Diner, this gives +8 wits, which is absurd. But again, it doesn't matter so much to me anymore because I do not have wits problems anymore. But like for the consumables only run, there's no way that I would be discarding a carrot. And then, of course, I would keep them all the way through to the end of the game without remembering to use them. But that's neither here nor there, okay?
Lohse, good to see you again. Of course. Told you I would.
Go get me more source orbs.
Sure.
One more time, buddy. One more time, you go get me source orbs.
You always bring me to such wonderfully destructive places.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never find somewhere quiet to settle down at this rate.
Okay.
I would have preferred a more discreet arrival in Arks myself.
Ooh, nice.
I am still a fugitive after all.
Ooh, very nice. Thanks for the stuff. I have 11 large intelligence potions. I really should start using these.
Truly savor my company, Godwoken. Something you wanted?
Otherwise, we're gonna run out of fights to use them on. Looky here! It's trying so hard to get my attention. Oh, close, but not quite. All right. Yeah, I don't know what his deal is. He's being a weirdo. It's fine. You let him do his thing. Plenty of extra source orbs, and then we still have what, 23 skin graft scrolls and 11 apotheosis scrolls. We're starting to build to the point where I'm not actually gonna need apotheosis anymore, but like as a spell to cast. But again, no big deal. What else can we do, or should we do? Let's go. Oh, let's go finish up Michael Ross's stuff, because I have done everything. I took care of the groom, and I saved Queen Justinia. So let's go talk to Michael and wrap his quest line up. Oh, and I also have the royal key. I'll go and open that, get that weapon in a second here. All right, sir. You're always wandering around here. Where are you? Oh my god. Come here.
Is it done?
Thank you. About the... Oh, yeah, that.
You've done right by me once.
That's a lot of XP again. Woof. 2 rewards. Okay, sure. I'll take 2 rewards. 2 intelligence, 1 Aerithurge. Damn. Cool. But it doesn't matter. I'm taking the most expensive things and then I'll sell them. And then, come here, again. Burie's chess puzzles. Oh boy. All right, we'll do chess puzzles in just a second.
Yes. Hurry it along. Really? This is it. Bird.
Mikhail
Yep, she's gone into hiding. Again, take the most expensive reward since none of these are things that I'm interested in keeping. Oh, damn, we're rich. Okay, and that ends his quest line outright. So this is good.
What can I do for you?
All right, this ring needs to replace something. I'm just not sure what. I guess it'll replace this ring. Why not? I'm back to 72 wits, by the way. This is, I mean, this is absurd. We've actually found some really strong things. 18 Aerothurge now, only 12 Hydro, but I'm very pleased with the results up to this point. And I've managed to keep my inventory pretty clean. All right, let's go ahead and do the chess puzzles as requested. Chess.com. All right, a survival one. Thanks, Burries. Really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and set that up. Chess puzzles. All right, my record is 45. Okay, let's see if we can get close to that. Okay. No. How about this instead? Where does the king go? Here? And then I go like this and then take their queen? Because I don't have a checkmate, I don't think. I think the idea is to use the discovered attack to kill the queen on this side. Okay, nice. No way that's right. Ooh, I do like this move, followed by here, then check with the queen. And then takes the and then I end up I'm up a bishop at that point. Nice. Okay, good. Check. It was here. Checkmate. All right. This is sort of promising. I only have a couple of checks here. This is one of them. I think that's the most correct one. Because the king has to run there, and then I can follow up with this, and I don't think the king has any squares that they can escape to. Yeah, okay. This looks right. Okay. Here, here, and then I just run my pawn up the board. Nice. So if I were to move here, where does the king escape to? Here? And then I go, yeah, I think this is checkmate. Nice. Trying to get through the these early ones as fast as I can. I have an interesting idea here. If I go like this, I don't know if that's necessarily good though, because then doesn't this pawn come racing down this direction? I wouldn't be able to take. Alternatively, oh, but if it does that, then I'd be able to move my king this way. I think it's still strong. Is it though? Yeah, I think I should still do it. Okay, and then my king goes here. Yeah. Oh, that's it? Okay. Alright, fair enough. So I have this check, which I think sets up some pretty strong checkmating opportunities. Yeah, if I now go like this. Okay. Not exactly checkmate, but at least winning material. So this is a good option. That's actually the best option. And the king has nowhere to go. I don't think there's a response to the knight move like this. Yeah. So they have to be checks because obviously this is a big problem. So let's see. What are the checks available to me? This one forces the king up. And then through like this. Yeah. Okay, if I move my king here, there's no way to prevent checkmate. Nice. Good. I think this is winning material. Because I think I end up with 2 rooks and a knight against a queen, which is a lot. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything preventing me from just pushing my pawn all the way? There is not. This is not a check. Okay. Check. Okay. Straightforward enough, I guess. Right, what do we got here? And check this direction. The king has to go to 1 square and 1 square only. And then I follow up by doing this. Nice. I have to figure out a way to... Oh, wait, no. That's bad because of this move. Can't just check willy-nilly. I mean, I sort of can, but not really. What is the correct sequence here? I feel like there's so many pieces that are hanging. It's hard to really keep track of what's what. I do this... And this just takes, but then I can go like this with the bishop. Does that allow me to like win material? I think it does. I think it actually does. So if I go like this now. And now I get a discovered check. It's just a matter of which direction I want to send this this bishop. Tempted to go here. I just don't know what exactly the follow-up is. I should have thought about that a little bit more. And when I say a little bit more, I mean a lot more. All right. It feels like my queen needs to go somewhere. It's just not entirely clear where. Obviously, the queen is under attack. My king is vulnerable. What if I go like this? And then block with the... Yep. Nice, because it's threatening a big checkmate. This king is vulnerable over here. There's got to be some way to trap it, but... What is that way? Check. Takes... Actually, I mean, almost make more sense for the king to go this direction. Maybe not. Maybe I missed something. Why is the king so insistent on not taking here? I wonder what's so deadly about this. I guess I go like this, and all of a sudden black is, or white is checkmated. Wow. Crazy. All right. Check here. There it is. What is happening? Is there a way for me to, like, threaten this queen at all, or any of these pieces, I guess? If I go here, is the queen trapped? I wonder. Guess not. That was just an en passant puzzle is what that was. Okay. What's going on here? So if I take here, obviously my queen gets taken, which is bad. I could potentially try and force the queen off of this file. Yes. And then trades. Good. I need to pay attention to here. If I take here, and then come back like this, nice. Okay. Because otherwise the pawn would have been able to block the continuous checks. Oh, we got to 37 and then we got stopped. Bummer. All right, let's see what we did wrong. This one. So it was this. But what was the follow-up move, I wonder? So, okay, so we got this far. But what did I... Oh! There! It's checkmate. It's actually checkmate. You played chess with your daughter last weekend? Who won, Sentinel? It's important. So I was wondering if there was a way to trap this queen, but all the solutions that I came up with were not all that good. And this was actually the move. Absolutely destroyed her. Well done, brother. Good job. So why is this so good? Oh, I see. The reason it's so good is because of this attack. So it's not an attack on the queen, it's an attack on the knight. All right. Yeah, no, you did it right. Good job. All right. So this I suppose was Oh, it's a queen sacrifice this direction, so you get a back rank checkmate here. Man, that's a bummer. Okay, so, but that was still good. Thanks for the redemption. That was fun. Really appreciate it, Burries. All right, back to Divinity, currently in progress. So we finished that quest. There's the last stand of the Magisters. We could do the last stand of the Magisters pretty easily. We've got like the persuasion and stuff. We can definitely deal with. Hi, Berinsky. We can definitely deal with Wendigo and such. Oh wait, no, I don't have a Swornbreaker for her yet. Okay, let's. If I don't have a Swornbreaker for her yet, let's go toward Chem's Vault. Oh boy, Chem's Vault. So I don't have his key. I do have his painting. I can get 5 in Thievery by doing this. And then picking the lock. Very good. All right, I'm gonna equip this this amulet for Lore Master, and let's take a look at these guys. Air resist is 25%. I can deal with a 25% air resist thing. Now, obviously, the problem is, you know, I have to get through 4,454 magic armor and an extra 3,900 health on top of that. So that's gonna be more than a little annoying, but I imagine we have the damage for this. Let's find out. Sent, thanks for dropping in today. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for being here. Alright, this is definitely a green tea sort of situation. It might also be a large intelligence potion situation. Yeah, we might. This might be the time to go full on buffs. Our int is now over 100, and it's about to get even higher. I'm gonna do summon Inner Demon after Apotheosis, of course. Int is now 116. Nice. Okay, let's dump some spells, shall we? They are immune to stunned. Terrifying. Did you miss Lohse singing? Nope. Alright, one down. I'm going mad grafting for this. I can't afford not to. These guys are immune to everything, so if I'm not careful, this will go very poorly for me. I could dump a hailstorm on one of them. Dump a hailstorm on both of them if I wanted. Let's start with this guy and just see what this kind of looks like. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Two down. I'll keep grafting. I don't care. I have no qualms about spending my consumables at this point. Give ourselves a minor heart attack, whatever. Not a problem for me. Jump over here. Dump another hailstorm. Alright, all three of these guys are down. That's a tough fight, especially if you're not dealing physical damage. So, a solid win there. That's an eternal artifact. I want it. I can grab that. How would I go about this area with a consumables only run? I think I'd have to sneak by them, Bernard. I think I'd just sneak by them as best I could. Plant the portrait thing here and then just go. Because I can't drain their source. But honestly, you might not even come here. It's possible that I don't even come down here. Because instead, I could just go up to the toy seller and just be like, hey, I'm gonna murder you. Take your stuff and learn about how to use your stupid drawer without Arhu's introduction. I'm pretty sure I can do that. And I'm not convinced that there's anything down here that I would absolutely need. I think the consumables only run is much less of a completionist run, especially with regards to the later acts. It's much more of a can we just get to the end without running into too many problems. So as a result, once I was able to get inside arcs, I would obviously pick up whatever important stuff that I could, and do whatever stuff I deemed to be doable. But it would definitely not be a situation where I would feel the need to do everything. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go ahead and open this. This is, I think this has my next armor upgrade in it. Ring helm. Okay, interesting. This is, yeah, this is good. 5 intelligence, 2 wits, 2 summoning. I wonder if it's not actually as good as the stuff that we've got on right now. So basically what I'd be sacrificing is 2 points in wits in exchange for 2 points in scoundrel and 1 point in huntsman. Which, if I'm standing on a high ground spot, I actually probably care more about the... I think I actually care more about the scoundrel than I do about the 2 points in wits. Because again, crit chance is not something I need to worry about. Now, obviously, the big difference is the fit, right? But even that is like this is fine for Lohse, and they're both okay. I'm not gonna say that one is inherently better than the other in terms of fit. This is pretty cool. Like that's a pretty solid look for our girl, but this is also not awful. It's worse. It's definitively worse, I would say, but in terms of fit. But whatever. I need to hit the Tome of the God King. There we go. No, armor is not really a factor anymore.
So long. I saw your abysmal treat. The voice.
Because I'm either ending turns in one fight, or if I'm not, I'm bolstering my armor with either armor potions or big resistance. I don't really care about I don't necessarily care about the armor values of my equipment anymore. It's really about the attributes. Really about the attributes at this point. So again, I'm not going to rescue Lord Arhu here. My intent is to fight Lord Kem and his paladins in a different spot. But what I can do, and this is always really nice, is reactivate my source puddle. My source fountain is now available again, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop this here. And now every time I need source, I can just go to the blue pyramid. Just like we used to do in Act 2, we can do this again. Here's the Swornbreaker. All right, so there was a question that was being asked about the Swornbreaker as a viable two-handed weapon before, and here's obviously there's a couple things that are a problem here. One, a non-undead, non-sworn character cannot use this. So you have to be undead and sworn in order to use this thing. Second of all, unrepairable. That's less of a problem because durability, I mean, is whatever. But here's the big problem. There's no rune slot. No rune slot, and it's level 16. So the damage actually is just nothing in comparison to what it can be, which is a slight issue. Slight issue. Anyway, I'm gonna leave Arhu alone. We'll rescue him in a little bit, but I need to deal with Kem first. Let's go back to Kem's Gardens and deliver this stuff to Kat, the appraiser. Can someone give me my uptime, by the way? I'm curious about my uptime right now. Because I know that we're moving along relatively quickly here. 2 hours 45. But yeah, I think I am gonna split Act 4 into 2 parts.
Why, hello again.
So we'll play for a little bit longer and get some of this stuff done, but I can save the remainder of Act 4 for tomorrow night's session. Okay, about the Trio of Curios.
Then the vault is power.
Yes, I found the things that you were looking for. Mox, thanks for the follow, by the way. Hi. Okay, so we'll just sell her the things that we picked up. There we go.
And so I fucked.
Thank you very much. And I'll take the most expensive of the things that you were selling and go and sell that myself. Alright, fine. We'll do a 5-minute puzzle rush. You guys were like, I didn't watch him do enough chess puzzles. Let's make him do more.
What'll it be?
What'll it be? It will be me selling some of this crap that I just picked up. The Swornbreaker I'm gonna hold on to. But the armor we can get rid of. I don't think I need these essences anymore. Yeah, I think I can get rid of all of these. Inventory cleanup, baby! Woo! Get rid of these grenades that I don't need. That's really just water balloons that I care about at this point. There we go. Nice. Much better. What do I get if I combine this? What does this do? This added Constitution. Okay. That's fine. Not a big deal. And then... what does it add for armor? Honestly, I probably shouldn't spend this. I always forget the rune slot things. Okay, sorry. Let's do the chess puzzles. This is 5 minutes. It's not an unlimited timer on this, so just we're doing them. Chess puzzles. This is courtesy of Itadiki. Who wanted us to do the puzzles. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Promise I'm paying attention. What the hell? What am I looking for here? So there's this, which then leads to this. Yeah. Okay. Found it. Why did this set of puzzles seems harder for some reason? I don't know what's going on. I mean, that seems correct for sure. And then just a matter of what I do with this piece. That's the heck am I looking at? Oh. Just take the bishop. No! Damn it, Mark. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. There's no way this isn't correct. Yes. Bro, I am so bad at chess. Holy shit. Alright, let's see what we did wrong there. Thank you for the redemption. Alright, what the heck was going on here? Okay, so this obviously was just a checkmate right here. Alright, what the heck was this one? So, here, and then I could just go with this pawn instead of moving my king like a dummy. Alright, so that one I figured out. And then this one. So I got the first move of it correctly. The second move... confusingly enough, I actually don't know. Is it just this? Oh, it is just this. Wow. It just sets up a checkmate. Oh, because the important thing is to make sure the king doesn't get out like this. Okay, cool. We did it. All right, back to divinity, I guess. Oh, yeah, I was going to do one other thing, which was go to the yellow pyramid that we had set up. Now that I got that key from Justinia, I wanted to open the chest here and see about this thing. This gives additional 10% crit chance. It gives intelligence, warfare, and single-handed. I don't know if this is necessarily the best thing for... Oh, I find that to be the case all the time, Peoj. When I'm watching chess streamers play, I'm always like finding cool things or like seeing checkmates that that their opponents are missing. While like, you know, I think that when you're not under the pressure of finding the moves yourself, you tend to do better. Yeah, this is a great weapon, but not, I think, for our character. I think it's very nice, so I'll pick it up and we can just sell it to somebody. All right, let's go and do the Magister. Oh no, sorry, I was gonna do Chem, right? All right, it's Chemin time, or something. Is that my favorite part of the movie? Is when Lord Chem shows up and goes, "It's Chemin time," and he chems all over the place. Wording? Oh, I know what I said.
There you are. But of course, it would be you.
Here come all the paladins, by the way.
And now,
Kem now.
paladins.
Kem.
Enough of.
He dismissed.
You make a.
Lord Kem turns his.
Oh. Speak then.
He gives you a.
Brothers.
All right, well, here's a bunch of paladins, all in a very interesting array, I would say. A very interesting array. Yeah, you can fight Kem here. You can also fight Kem over in the Magister Barracks. I prefer to fight him literally anywhere except near Lord Arhu, because he interrupts your turn if he fights you there. I love this arrangement, by the way. I'm absolutely enamored by all of this. Now, obviously, Kem is deflecting, and so that can be problematic, but you know, it's fine. It's really not a big deal, because I can drink a all resist potion, and now our resists are fine. They're literally terrific. All right, let's go ahead and do a bit of a storm here and just see what happens. Okay, well, a lot of the paladins just kind of exploded. Kem is stunned, by the way. All right. Yeah, they're not doing too hot. What I'm learning here is that this is going okay for us. I'd love to do a closed circuit to finish things off. Let's do it. Whee. Okay. Anyway, that was fun. Yeah, when you've got area abilities, it's a lot easier to delete all these fools. Anyway, I have his ring now, so it's official. I'm pretty sure that I have a really good idea of how marriage works. And if I possess Linder Kem's wedding ring, that makes Lady Kem my wife. So if you guys want to go ahead and congratulate me on my nuptials, that would be yeah, Toysto, it's true. It's true. But again, we're gonna hit level 21 without any real issues. So kill the paladins here, kill the paladins wherever. It's fine. Thank you very much, guys. No, thank you. Yeah, it feels really good. It feels really good to be married. Yeah. It's great. It's great. My wife is really cool. She sells me the best stuff. Yeah. Rid of all this stuff. Sure. Like I said, I don't need that. Well, that's what I'm saying, Locksop. Yeah, exactly. Because I was saying it earlier, and Sentinel was like, "No, not your wife yet," and I'm like, "You don't tell me about my relationship with my wife, you know?" Anyway, we could rescue Lord Arhu now, I guess. It wouldn't be a tremendous deal, I don't think. Plus, that would allow me to start using him. He's a divine vendor. He sells all sorts of divine equipment. So it'd be nice to get a couple uses out of that. So let's go ahead and start rescuing him.
The spirit ignores. There's the spirit. He pop. The dark. The spend. His face goes slack as the pain renders him sick. The man is.
Alrighty. It's go time, so let's go.
The spirit and
I feel like all my buffs are about to fall off. Yeah, it absolutely did. That's pretty funny. Well, whoops. That's okay, we have scrolls and stuff for it. Apotheosis. I'd like another swap, if possible. I can't see this guy. I can't even see this guy. How annoying. I mean, supposing I could just start thunderstorming. Like a madman anyway. I mean, why the hell not? Yeah, you're gonna be okay, right? Whee. This guy got hit but didn't die. Fun. No, thunderstorm targets enemies only. Arhu's fine over here. I mean, yeah, he got stunned now, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. But these guys are resilient, aren't they? Congrats to them. Very annoying. Whatever, we have skin grafts. I am absolutely fine with just doing this. So for this move, I'm gonna take one step over to the side here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and storm him again. Though, I wonder if I could, like, teleport one to the other. Now. Oh, I can. Oh, that's good. Rolling, there aren't potions, but there are spells that do it. So Flay Skin is the one that you really want to do that too. But Rain also can do it. Rain, causing the wet status, reduces enemy resistance to water and air spells. It does up their fire resists. So there are ways that you can do that. But Flay Skin gives a status that specifically makes enemy resistances much lower. I mean, we could even do that right now, but I don't really feel like it. I feel like just casting my spell and calling it a day. Alright, so those guys died, and then this guy is also dead. Vacuum Aura's got a really cool sound, but... Thank selling. My intent is just to... There we go.
But you freed. I just you are the different. You need some, but I will intervene.
All right, bye, buddy. See you around, I guess. I think he's gone. Oh, the ring is way more expensive. Cool. All right, let's see about the items that or the stuff that these guys are selling or dropped. They're not selling it. I am taking it. At this point, I don't really need to be picking up equipment and identifying it. I have hundreds of thousands of gold, but we'll go. I just want to show what I'm talking about with Arhu. So we're going to go to the cathedral and go talk to him very briefly. This guy is one of the best vendors in Act 4. And the reason is because he sells divine equipment almost exclusively. So here we go.
You return.
Yeah, this is why you want Arhu available relatively early on, to get a few cracks at some of the stuff that he's got. So let's see if any of this is an upgrade. No, it's close. But obviously, if you had a full party, this would be amazing, right? You'd definitely be able to find something that would be an upgrade for at least one of your party members. This is actually pretty close, but not quite. And he also sells source orbs, which again, this is a really, really good slate of things to be selling from this guy. So really not a problem to have him unlocked. No, it's not like I need to buy any more like source orbs or anything like that. Unless you run full lucky charm, yeah, and even then you could have gotten unlucky. But yes, your point stands. Anyway. So there you go. That's Arhu all rescued, and we can proceed with the toy sellers things if we wanted to. What else is going on? The last stand of the Magisters. I'm gonna do the last stand of the Magisters as the last thing for tonight. This is relatively short. I don't think this is gonna take very long to do, because I'm pretty sure there's a straightforward way in there. Because I'm gonna go through Wendigo's. Oh wait, if I do Spirit Vision, I think there's a persuasion thing here.
The spirit of a magister jabs.
Yeah, hi.
I'll do as I please.
The spirit.
Okay, bye.
The wound's here.
She gives me a giant masterwork rune and then leaves. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Alrighty. So, I mentioned earlier that we found Isabel's notes, which told her about this thing. Okay, great. Thanks for the 2 Gopinium mushrooms. Perfect. Alright, let's go rescue Wendigo, and then we'll hand her the Swornbreaker.
Stay back.
Hello.
Her voice.
I say she's a demon. Damn right. You know this. Just keep.
Let me in. Sadistic, the VODs are still around on this channel. If you look from last week, you can see. I mean, the titles are usually the same. So when you go back and look at the title, you can see like when we started this run. And if we're able to get this this run all completed and successful, and we beat the game with it, then I will save all of it as a collection. So I'll highlight it and then and put it all together as a
power
as a collection on this channel. Yeah, Lockstop. I already gave the other Swornbreaker to Almira. And thanks for the follow, Sadistic. That's nice. Welcome on in. Hope you enjoy the VODs if you go perusing. Alright, what's going on here? I want to fight against all these fools, but...
Give me
she cradled.
Too late.
Do I get anything for this?
I trust you
I don't think so.
gold. The Majesty we found the
Vision, Windigo, you shake your head and the paladin.
source. I understand. I will give you.
Okay, I want to set her free.
Stay away from that.
She lowers her.
And what makes you such an?
You reach your hand after a bit of.
Alright, we're fighting against a bunch of dumb dummies over here. Let's go and kill the dumb dummies. Whee. I'll go ahead and use an Apotheosis scroll for... Wait. I'm source muted, can no longer use source magic or receive... Or, okay, never mind. So, never mind. Now, I'm not doing Apotheosis. I'm just gonna... I can skin graft if I wanted to. Or I could just run over here. Or I can just effing kill them. What if I just effing kill them? Alright, these guys are frozen. I'll move 1 AP forward. This lady's not disabled quite yet. These guys have a lot of armor remaining, don't they? Should I green tea for this? Let's green tea for it. And then I'm gonna throw a water balloon at them. Here, guys. Enjoy that. Alright, they're both stunned up. And then... Yeah, that probably wasn't very nice, but it was pretty funny. And then what else can I do? For funsies. That's fine. So these guys are all disabled. Okay, one of them's even on my team now. Thanks, Winnie. Meanwhile, she's gaining source points somehow. I don't know what she's up to. She's crazy. Now she's throwing fossil strikes. Cool. She's very neat. I'm gonna take a step this way, and then I'm gonna just cast this spell in this general direction. Thought it'd be fun to try. And I was right, it is fun to try. Here's an ice fan. Alright, so whoops, the Magisters and Paladins are dead. Might be, but not really. Hey.
She steps the god. Now, go to the new chosen. See that he suffers. See that the god king suffers. Linda, the god king. If you want to get to the god. No, you're certain. Yes, I see it in you. You are. Yes. Oh.
A moment.
No.
Okay.
Goodness, how could I not? The god, the Magisters. They've got ways of silencing source, as must I. I'm going to Chem.
Okay, here. Have the Swornbreaker.
There's a scan sit before and now.
Windigo's bones clatter to the floor. She is free to enter the hall.
I am me.
All right, cool. So she gave me a very unique item, a unique spell for what we just did. And I will show you guys the spell in half a second here. So here's the spell. It is called Charm Voidwoken. So this is a way that you can charm a target Voidwoken for 2 turns. There are not that many Voidwoken remaining in the game at this point, but there is one very, very important Voidwoken that is still floating around, that is alive. And that's the Kraken. So if the Kraken's magic armor is down, boom. Hit him with a charm, Voidwoken. Everything that the Kraken summons becomes on your team. I think I'll be interested to give that a whirl at some point. Maybe at the harbor when we fight the when we fight the Kraken at the harbor, it could be very interesting. Yeah, locks up, yeah. And if anything that the thing spits out could become on your team as well, which is it's very funny. I think it's a lot more useful if you're not planning on ending the fight in phase 1, which is what I'm planning on doing. I am not planning on seeing the Kraken at the end. And so if you're planning on actually doing phase 2, then this is a fun way of working on it. Anyway, let's go ahead and make our way down here. So this is where the last stand of the Magister's quest ends. Oops. Can I hit all 3 of these guys with one strike? No, I can't. All right, let's go ahead and bring them a little bit closer together. Oh no, where did they go? I hope they're okay. Alright, so there used to be some Geists there. And if Raymond survived in Act 2, then he would have been here as well, but he's not. He died.
Raymond?
Very weird that he didn't get his lines voiced there. As a ghost. I don't really understand that, but it is what it is. I wonder what this is supposed to be. She says she found something, but it's the torch, but I wonder if this is like a torch puzzle, like in Zelda or something. Probably isn't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What we can also do, obviously, is pick up this note, and then I can go and talk to Tarquin back in the Hall of Echoes, tell him about the note, and he will give us anathema, which is cool. But again, I don't need it. I'll just sell it right back to him.
You must truly savor my
Hey, man.
God-woken.
Tarquin.
I dabble in but yes, she thinks what could possibly best the great.
So there you go. And oh, by the way, 68,000 experience for all that. So it's not like you don't want to do it either way. And then I was gonna see about new equipment, like a new hat or something, but doesn't really seem like he's got anything I want. And selling things. Oh, it's superior pixie dust. Get those right the heck out of here. Can't believe it was already an hour.
You always bring me to such wonderfully destructive places.
Since we hit level 20.
I'll never find somewhere quiet to settle down.
But clearly it was, because these guys have all restocked.
I would have preferred a more discreet arrival in Arx myself.
Kind of funny.
I am still a fugitive after all.
Anyway, okay. Alright, guys. I'm going to drop the save right here. And we will pick up this run from this spot tomorrow night. So that should, if I'm correct, and you know, unless we die, this tomorrow night's session should be the end of the game with this build. There isn't all that much left for us to do. There's a few quests left to finish up. The lizard quest still needs doing. There's still the fights outside of Arcs, and then there's obviously a drama leak, but we're definitely closing in on the end here. But that still gives us plenty of stuff to do tomorrow, so it'll be a full session for sure. I have no doubt about it. Byrox wants a Minesweeper. Byrox, I'm gonna go ahead and refund the Minesweeper to you, and you can maybe redeem that tomorrow night. Let's see. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys had a good good time watching the stream. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much to the new followers and the subscribers. There were a few first-time subscribers, so thank you for that. There were a few resubscribers. Thank you for your continued generous support. This was a lot of fun, and like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night Pacific time. I anticipate it'll be around 10 p.m. Pacific. But if you're following the channel, you can get a notification when I go live, or if you're on the Discord, I make announcements on the Discord as well. So you won't miss anything if you don't want to. But yeah, I'm gonna go. So see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.